We made it.
Are live.
Only.
We made it.
I love how my favorite thing about us is how we will just go live whenever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Like, there's no. We don't care. Like,
I mean, why go
consistency?
live sooner?
Listen, let me be clear. First of all, it's very important. Like, subscribe, or comment. It doesn't matter. Do one of those three things.
Thank you.
And if you're on Kick and watching us, we love you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. You're
Don't go to prison.
That is our most loyal audience, and we appreciate you. Thank you for being a friend.
I can't even. What do you want to start with? Because this week had a lot of fun things to talk about.
Yeah,
a lot of finales this week.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you? And of course, we are T-minus 5 days from Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. So we got.
Where do you want to go?
Boys, though we got to start with the boys because the finale happened a couple of days ago, and this is the biggest one for me. We'll get into Deadpool.
So let's start with last week's The Boys.
Okay, because we didn't talk about
that's the one. Week. Yeah, we talked. We 7 and 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you watched them both.
I watched them both this week. Yep.
Okay, I'm having a hard time parsing which one was which. So please take over.
Yeah.
This part of it, and I'll chime. I'm like, oh yeah, you know. So starting with 7.
So starting with 7. So for me, the biggest takeaway of 7 was, wow, they are just messing with Yui this entire season, bro. Like, they have basically just said, here's the thing, Yui. We're it's gonna be a rough season for you, bro. Like, we're gonna, your father's gonna die in the previous episode, and then we're gonna jump into you trying to deal with that, but then being forced to do whatever that was with Tech Knight. Like, whatever that was with Tech Knight and Ashley, we're gonna force you to do that, and then we are going to then, hey, Annie, she's not really Annie, is she? And that's pretty much, I don't know. I feel bad for her, man, because I feel like the ultimate thing here for Huey is that he has a girlfriend that's a soup. And he is essentially, because she's a soup, I feel like he has a little bit more, he's been a little bit more level-headed over the past few seasons, right? Like, he's a little bit more, all right, we don't have to always resort to violence, XYZ, but at the same time, he's always put in these very compromising positions that go against his moral compass. I feel like he's supposed to be the moral compass of the group. And unfortunately, it never really works out for him. And we see that even in episode 8, where it's like he's trying to be the moral compass again. He's trying to be the good guy in a sense, but it just never ends well for him, bro. And I'm like, yo, when is this man gonna get a win? Even
for what it's worth,
even if
he's punching 8, well above his weight class with Starlight. 100%. Even with her face thing that happened, the unnecessary plastic surgery. Listen, do you know how there's a part of the world that's people are allowed to do what makes them happy, and who are you to judge them?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them.
That's how you feel?
I am me, and I will judge anyone I goddamn see fit, and you don't have to listen.
Okay.
And you can judge me all you want too. What are you gonna say? I'm fat? Yep. I'm bald? Yep. I'm gay? Yep. Nailed it. All 3. Perfect. No. I know. You don't. That was bad plastic. You were. My favorite quote was from. I used to watch a show called Nip Tuck, And there's 2 doctors. One was a piece of shit. One was a really good guy who was also a piece of shit. Everyone's a piece of shit in Nip Tuck. There are no heroes.
Yeah. Kind of like the boys.
The doctor, I think his name was Sean, if I'm remembering the names correctly. Sean said when an older woman was like, I'm looking to get like a facelift and some Botox. Is it how much younger is this gonna make me look? And he said, it's not gonna make you look younger. It's gonna make you look like a 50-year-old woman who got Botox. Like it was insane. Sure. And that's true. Like, if you have plastic surgery, you do not look younger. You might have looked younger in the 70s and 80s when plastic surgery was so niche that like people didn't know. Kylie Jenner had good plastic surgery young. So did Kendall Jenner. So did all of the Kardashians. They had very good plastic surgery. But they were all under 30 or just touching 30 when it happened.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of upkeep over time. And they're to maintain that. And guess what? There are things that will never change. Your eyes will sink. Your forehead will expand. Like your cranium will change. Like things will change. If you get plastic surgery, like at that point, like the amount of money you have to spend on plastic surgery to change, you have to physically change every aspect of your face and your skin. You might as well have your skin removed and graft a new set of skin on. Like that's it. Because you can't fight aging. I don't know why the actress who is like 32 and looked 27, 26 and never changed over the first 3 seasons of The Boys, over 5 years, right? Decided to get a plastic surgery that made her look like she was frozen in carbonite. Look, I don't get it. And it was a distraction. Every scene she was in, I couldn't focus on like how awesome she is as an actress, because she's an awesome actress. How awesome the scene was, because she was like, hee.
What I think, and once again, I'm not really probably the perfect person to judge this here, but what I think is that she did have, although she is not chubby, but she did have like a little bit of a, I guess, sort of a slightly chubby face. So maybe she felt like she needed to take something out of that. But to a certain extent, I was just like, but either way, she definitely looked better before. And although her face, I guess, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen a side-by-side comparison to what she looked like before and then what she looks like currently. And I could only think that that's the only reason why she decided to get the plastic surgery, because I'm like, she's not chubby. She just has like a little bit of it just looked a little bit more fuller than what she currently has now, because it looks like she's trying to like suck everything out of her freaking face. But either way, like I definitely think that she looked better before. Now it's just like, it's so obvious.
If it made her happy, that's
frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating because I just thought she was such a beauty before. So I was just like, wow, you know, why even do that?
If it makes her happy to do that, great. Like, that's awesome. You know what makes me happy? Making fun of her for it.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm also not going there.
She's a millionaire, right? And a Hollywood actress. And I'm wearing a suit jacket with a beater. So, like, we all... like, I don't care. Like, if she's really mad... if she's, like, really mad, if she finds that she's, like, this piece of shit, I'm like, really? You're fine. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about what I think. But yeah, that's... So, sorry, just that segue. Episode 7, we had the puppet show. What are they doing with Ryan, man?
Yeah,
like we go from an episode of him enjoying watching a dude
basically submit to another extra in a series, whatever we want to call it. So that happens. And then we go to this episode where I forget what her name is. Episode 8. I forget what her name is. What did she get? The one that basically helped out Butcher in pretty much all of his escapades whenever things got really dicey. That chick. Why would you relay the information in rapid succession in that particular way with an expectation that it was going to end well?
You know, I don't know.
Your mother was raped. Oh, okay.
That's the finale. Hold on.
Yeah, we're talking about. We're gonna go back and forth here, probably quite.
All right, we'll just talk about everything then.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the whole season, right? Because like Ryan went from like, okay, his dad is the strongest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Right, and like then he watched his dad stick up for him by killing somebody and people cheer. Then he killed a dude.
Yeah.
By accident, which I think it was accident, but like it really wasn't, because like he you know, I didn't know my own strength. Like, yeah, you knew, motherfucker, you knew. Is that how you open doors? Ah! Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Yeah.
No, I mean, here's the thing. I get it. They wanted to let us know that Ryan is a character that is conflicted between his father being Homelander and the way that his father operates. Then also Billy Butcher being a father figure, right? The father that he potentially wished that he never had, that he never really had. I get it. But then I guess for me, the issue is always there wasn't a resolution to that. And I guess that's kind of the whole point of like building up to what is going to happen in season 5. But it didn't really feel like they gave a conclusion to this particular season. And that's just kind of like my jumping off point where I'm just like, okay, so what is it? And then I don't know, it kind of seems like it was out of her character to just basically like spill all the information all at once. It seemed a little bit off to me. It seemed like an illogical move. And I get what people would say, where it's like, whoa, you know, she was desperate, and I'm like, yeah, but she's also as proven to be a more methodical thinker than that. So for her to like just blurt it out that way didn't really seem to match the moment and really match her personally. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, they were just trying to force Ryan into essentially a villain arc, is what I felt like. And I just kind of thought it was kind of whack.
A lot of weird arcs.
Yeah.
A lot of weird arcs.
Mm-hmm.
7, we had Ryan arc. We had A-Train fully turning.
We did get confirmation in 7 though. Remember, I kept on saying I feel like that guy is not really actually there, that Billy Butcher's talking to, and then
we got to take a minute.
He wasn't.
We have to put some context on what's going on here.
Yeah.
Goofy, are you seeing what the kick chat is?
I am not seeing it. What is it? What's kick chat saying? Should I log in the kick right now just so I can see it?
No, but for context for YouTube, I'll put it in there. We got one of those, hey, we can help you grow your channel. Which is even funnier, because, like, they don't know who we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea.
Yeah.
They have no idea how many combined subscribers we have on YouTube. They have no idea how long we've been partner on Twitch. They have no idea.
Yeah, no,
like,
no, cool.
So I've just been like, no, I don't want to succeed here. No. Okay, grow my channel. I don't care if it grows.
For what? Growth?
I'm drunk. Leave me alone. I'm drunk in a suit and a beater. Leave me alone.
Yeah, hard pass. Listen, if they only knew what I was doing right now behind the camera where you can't see.
If you don't see, hold on, wait.
Just know that it involves an ice pack for different reasons. We'll unveil that as we go throughout the entirety of the stream.
Don't you want to grow your channel? No, not really. Not particularly.
Oh, man.
Just gonna fire up DaVinci Resolve and do some video editing real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not? Why not? While you do that, listen, I gotta say this, man. First and foremost, so here, me and you talked about this, right? We're like, yo, Billy is definitely talking to some other Jimmo. Like the dude that's here is not real, right? And that he's hallucinating. Yeah. So that was confirmed. I really thought though that Huey was doing the same thing with his mom. I really thought that was actually a thing too. I was wrong about that one, but the Billy one, yeah, that one I was like, yo, nah, he's not actually there. You think because every single time that he was talking to him, I'm like, yo, there's nobody around him. There's nobody around him. So there's no way that he's actually talking to somebody. And then he wasn't. He wasn't actually talking to somebody at all other than himself.
You know, episode 7 had a lot. Oh, also,
yeah, it did.
The Deep killed his octopussy.
Yeah. Listen, man. Only to then find out that Sage was effing around with Black Noir.
Sage just had sex with anyone who was willing to shove a dagger in her eye.
Yeah. Listen, once she has a lobotomy, then you know she's there. She's raring to go. She's raring to go.
Speaking of Sage.
Yeah.
We got episode 8 setting up the final season of The Boys.
Yeah. Season 5.
1, we now are forced to believe that Sage is the smartest human being ever.
Yep.
And that, let me be perfectly clear, Sage is not trying to make Homelander king.
Yeah.
We know that now.
Yeah,
we know Sage is using Homelander to become the most powerful person on the planet. Yeah, 100%. That's Sage's goal. Sage is not a good guy. Sage is not a bad guy. Sage is like Dr. Manhattan. She is so fucking smart. Right?
Yeah. She just wants to push herself to unbelievable levels that she just wants to see. She's like, yo, listen, how smart am I? Can I actually do this thing? That's all she is. She's just like, how far can I take my expertise? I want to see whether or not that whole line where she was just like, oh, I just came. The whole line is like, oh, you did it for me. She's like, no, bitch, I did it because I wanted to see whether or not I could actually do it. I was like, perfect.
But I treated you like shit. And she gave the best response. Dude, she glossed him.
Yeah. She did.
She was just like, my guy, if it wasn't you, it'd be somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. That's what she hit him with. Yeah. You did your job. I'm the reason the tickets are selling out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sub TLC.
What's going on, Jay? Hi, TLC. My bad.
We got the election, the shifter assassination attempt on Bobby, who said "idjit" for all my Supernatural fans out there. He was like, "Idjit." Okay. I was like, "Yeah," because this show is just quickly and probably going to end up as Supernatural season 16. They've had I didn't
go that far with it, but yeah, okay. I went like season 5 or 6, but okay.
Oh no. Supernatural had 15 seasons, and 14 of them were great TV. Actually, if you really break it down,
CW was something that I stopped watching for a while. Okay, you gotta understand now.
Different series. After they lost um the Arrowverse, and everybody left. Like literally everybody, like all of the heads, all of the board, everything's changed. Like there's not a single CW show on that people watch. Like nobody cares anymore.
That's fair.
Because that they just suck. But like there was a period of time where the CW was like, dude, this is the channel of Buffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the channel of Angel. This is the channel of Smallville and Supernatural.
My wife, I have to come to grips every single time when I talk about Angel. My wife just go, "Oh yeah, I just loved him," and I was like,
"Yeah,
you loved who? Who did you love?"
David Boreanaz.
Don't you dare! You better say you love me. But she was like, "No, it's him. It was him. It was always him." I was like, "All right, that's fine."
Yeah, but like.
I love 2000, Buffy. I love Buffy, so whatever.
2004 him, right? Like not not like don't get me wrong.
Not Bones him, you know, but like
yeah.
Like, not that version.
Yeah. Like Angel. Like same thing. I was on Cameo earlier today and I felt so bad because James Marsters cameos are only $60 and I was like, Spike, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. You could do better than 60. You're fucking Spike, man.
Yeah.
You're Brainiac in Smallville. What are you doing?
That's true. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
James Moore, you were in The Runaways as a character whose name I don't remember or care about, but that show was good.
Didn't watch that show enough. I only saw Morgan Le Fay. I saw Morgan Le Fay and I was like, "Oh, that's where she's from? Okay, cool."
Butcher doesn't have powers.
Yeah. Butcher
has a super powered tumor.
Yeah.
That is just the Venom symbiote.
That's so true. Yeah, that is so true. Wow.
Butcher has the Venom symbiote, and Butcher will not die as long as he does what the symbiote says.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure that the symbiote is going to leave Butcher.
And attack to somebody else. Yeah.
No, it's just going to become free, and he's going to not have cancer one day because he's like, "Oh, I guess I don't have cancer anymore now that my cancer left." Like, bro. But Butcher seems to be in complete control now.
He does.
Of like because he could have killed everybody there. He only killed Victoria, who like saw. I love Victoria. I love the actress. I love the character.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything, and she is fucking hot. She is clever. She is great. I love her. I'm so sad she's gone. But the second she called Huey, man, the second she's like, I'm turning it in. I got to do the right thing. I was like, dead bitch, dead.
You're right though. You're right though, because the entire episode, I'm just like, who dies in the? Because you know that there was no way that we were leaving episode 8 without somebody important dying. I was like, who dies? Who is it? Is it Mother's Milk? Is it? Is it Huey? No, they wouldn't kill Huey.
They're not going to kill any of the main cast.
Is it
before
Frenchie?
The finale?
No.
Before the final season.
Yeah, and then as soon as she, like you said,
Kimiko spoke.
Kimiko spoke.
First words.
Oh no.
First words. No. In like forever.
Yeah.
We saw that. We saw. So I think we're getting Gen V 2 next year.
Next year, yeah. And then we're gonna get.
I think that all of those guys, like all the boys, are gonna go into the I think that's gonna be the arc. I think that the Gen V is gonna have some of the boys, actors and actresses, like at the beginning of the season, and they're gonna figure out how to break out.
Yeah,
because Chance Perdomo's gone. He passed away.
Yeah.
So there's the chick who throws up to get small and eats to get big. Which, you know, clearly not a commentary on anorexia and bulimia.
Why would you think that? Nothing anywhere close to it,
yeah. Then there's the other chick with blood powers who survived getting blasted with the heat laser.
I don't think he really wanted to kill her, but okay. Yeah.
What do you think they're gonna do with Chance's character? Or recast him. Chance Perdomo's not. They're like 99.9% of the time you recast an actor who passes away. The 1% that you don't is like, we can't recast Chadwick Boseman because of how important he was to so many people in the community.
Yeah.
Right? And they were mad too. Like let's not pretend. Disney is not happy.
Oh, about what
they're mad that
Chadwick?
He kept it from them. They're mad that they like, dude, a lot of Marvel's like is the fact that they thought they had a three-piece. No, they thought they had a Captain Marvel, a Doctor Strange, and a
Black Panther.
He was in Sabrina. I forgot. Yeah, he was great in Sabrina.
I don't remember him in Sabrina. Okay.
It was Harvey.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
In the Thrilling Tales of Sabrina, the Netflix one.
Yeah. Wow.
He was awesome. Yeah.
I didn't put that together. Okay.
It's a shame. I will not say anything. He was a good actor. It's always a shame when someone young dies. It's also someone who had such a clear, bright future ahead of them. Yeah. Super shame. Recast him. Like, there's no reason not to. Like, he did great with the character he had. Right? What are you going to do? Scrap the character? The worst case scenario gives you an opportunity to scrap Magnetism Man and give you another random person, but like, why? Just recast him. Somebody else. There's somebody else who deserves a chance. What would happen if the actor who played Homelander died? God forbid. Anthony, I don't remember. Starr, thank you. Anthony Starr. If he died, like, he's a great Homelander. He's phenomenal as Homelander, but they can't recast. They can recast him, or they could just not do the show anymore.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the only options. Like, you can't be like, well, we're gonna go on without Homelander. But like, really? Yeah. Cool.
I mean, and like I said, there's.
Remember the last season of House of Cards?
No, I don't remember.
Good.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does, because it was fucking terrible. Because House of Cards was like, holy shit, this show is great. I can't believe how awesome this is. How's it gonna end? Oh, he's a pedophile. Like, that was the entire line. Like,
Kevin's
like, all right. And again, nothing against Robin Wright. She was great. It felt shitty. It felt like, it didn't feel like this was a story. It felt like this is what they had. Could have recast him.
Which is the reason why, like, in all honesty, I always say to people, I'm like, they're just like, yo, Wakanda Forever was trash. I'm like, I don't
Wakanda Forever
agree with you, because I feel like they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do you recast T'Challa? No, he was too important to a lot of the audience. Okay, well, we need to honor him, but then find a way to still try to progress the story. That's hard to do, though.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit. The biggest problems I did have with Wakanda Forever were completely independent of whether or not he was present.
So me and you are not on the same page, actually. Then that's interesting. Okay, because I felt like that movie was missing his presence a lot, especially in key moments that would have carried the story forward. Like, for instance, what happened after Queen Ramonda died? The attack on the vibranium, like in the very beginning. I just felt like there were moments in particular where I felt like his presence would have, and his stoic personality would have actually been very good. You hated Namor? I love Namor because I felt like he was very accurate to his hate for the surface world made sense. I'm like, I love Namor. Unless you're saying that you hate Namor because Namor was a dick, then yeah, you should hate him. That was the point.
I put on the Dr. Octopus glasses.
Superior Spider-Man. All right, go ahead.
The
He's
ugliest glasses I own. Why did they fight them on the water?
Oh, bro, that was so we did a video way back in the day that's no longer on YouTube, but we did a video way back in the day talking about the dumbest moments in the MCU. That was by far I was probably in the top 3 for us.
They had to make up for a lot of ground to make an explanation as to why they had to change the story from just Namor being a threat to Namor being a threat to a nation that is currently, I get it. Shuri is very smart. Arguably, one of the smartest human beings on the planet.
Yep.
Right? But truly.
Truly, yeah. Yeah, they made.
Why did they fight them on the water?
That is my biggest gripe of the entire movie is them fighting them on water. That was incredibly stupid. Like that is literally
then you make me believe
they have the biggest advantage.
Then you make me believe that they lost. No.
Yep. They lost, although they had the number advantage by a mile. Right? It's like
this isn't Rocky versus Ivan Drago.
Yeah, no,
right?
It's not.
No, this is like two equal powerhouses. One of them is fighting with a shotgun and the other is fighting with oven mitts.
No, I will say this though. I did like some specific intricacies that they did have in terms of how Shuri would fight because of course she is one of the smartest people. So I do think that, okay, yeah, her like clipping the wings off of Namor. I like the little touch, where that's concerned. But you are right. Like at the end of the day, you look at it and you're just like, yeah, but they still outnumbered them. They still were winning the matchup. And I don't feel like Namor is an individual that would have given in to Shuri and actually said, oh, yeah, sure. I got to think about my people. I mean, yes, but also
Namor felt rushed.
An arrogant asshole.
Namor felt rushed because they had to backstory a Shuri, That's why I've always said we kid gloves that movie.
We do. We have
because we understand how hard it was.
Right.
To get the pacing and everything down. All that being said.
Yeah.
I still stand by. Should have just recast him.
I do. So after watching the movie a couple of times, I've watched the movie now probably over 10 times, maybe 11, 12, 13, 15, maybe it might be over 20 times now that I've watched that movie. I still go back and say, well, damn, like there were moments where I'm like, you needed T'Challa here. You needed T'Challa in this particular moment. The conversation between Shuri and Namor, that's a conversation that you want to have happen between T'Challa and Namor. There's just some things where you're just like, you want the presence of, and I've been reading, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther comics recently. I've read some of the Blood Hunt comics recently. And more so, I'm like, there is a presence and a certain like kingship demeanor that he has, but also a groundedness about the character that once again was just missing from those movies. Like even in like the smallest moments of even just doing something as simple as the war cry for like the Wakanda. Like even in moments like that, it just didn't have the same sort of like, I guess, brevity. I don't know. It's like I said, I have to kid gloves that movie because I understand what they were in a very tough position. He passed away, Chadwick passed away, and they were like, okay, well, do we try to recast, or do we honor his what he had brought to the T'Challa role? How are we going to disrespect the audience? But if we decide to recast, the more and more I think about it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe in reality we should have recasted, because I feel like now Shuri is put in a position now where she has to be the mantle carrier for not just that movie, but then also the ensuing movies. Now she's supposed to be training up T'Challa to become
No.
the next Black Panther. No, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No. Don't worry. It's not. Nothing's going to. Like, nothing's going to. Right? And we're on The Boys, so I don't want to go into it.
Yeah, we can circle back to that at some point in time or not. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is tough because once again I understand why they did it, but I'm just saying that in hindsight, this is not foresight, this is hindsight. Hindsight, I'm like, maybe they should have just recasted.
I understood, again, whatever. But again, like the whole point is like Chance Perdomo passed. It was a shame. It was awful.
Yep.
The show must go on.
Yep.
And we're using the Black Panther. We're using examples of they recast William Hurt as Harrison Ford because the story makes sense.
Yeah.
Period. Like and William Hurt, phenomenal fucking actor.
Yeah.
You can't.
Same, Jay. Same.
I'm bringing up something. House of the Dragon, which is a show I don't watch.
Going on actively right now, or are they done with this season?
No, season 2 is still on, I believe.
Okay.
House of the Dragon debuted its second season to 7.8 million viewers, putting its season 2 premiere 22 below the 10 million viewers that the Game of Thrones prequel series launched to 2 years ago. So sometimes I it's weird when I don't trust certain metrics, right? And I'm bringing this up for a reason. Game of Thrones was a great show that ended poorly. House of the Dragon coming out, significantly longer after the end of Game of Thrones than maybe should have. Like, not quite, like a little bit longer than Agatha, but also a little bit more promising than that premise of Agatha. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I think Game of Thrones.
How long were they apart again? I don't.
6-7 years.
Wow.
Game of Thrones ended like 6 years ago. Maybe longer, honestly,
actually. I was never a Game of Thrones person. I couldn't really get into it. I watched the first 5 episodes and I was like, it's not really my type of thing. So
well, it's the same. The other show, the Rings of Power, which like, I get like.
Was it like that was an Amazon show, right?
Yeah.
Rings of Power, yeah.
Both terrible, just not good shows.
Okay.
And just for what it's worth, I don't really care for Lord of the Rings. I know a lot of people that do. I have a friend of mine who is like, if I had any question of Lord of the Rings, I could call him. I just also have to be prepared for the next 45 minutes of backstory that I'm gonna get. I'm like, yo, what's Smaug? I don't care. Like, don't get me wrong. I love those movies. Those movies were great. Yeah. Beautiful, awesome. I love everything about those movies. But like the world never caught me. House of the Game of Thrones caught me because I cared about every single character. And then it lost me when it stopped caring about every single character.
Yeah, I heard there were a lot of people that were dying off in the show and things like that. So
that never bothered me. I'd kill everybody. I don't give a shit about them. I just meant like I don't. Bran, the cripple, is gonna be the king. We're going to introduce democracy to Westeros. Like, no, we're not.
Okay.
No, we're not. We don't have technology. Democracy only works in technologically advanced societies. Like, you can't have a democracy when people are still working the farmlands as serfs. Like, it's just not going to happen. People aren't going to give up their land. Like, it's not going to happen.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go swap all this ice back. I'll be right back.
Good. So the reason I'm even bringing this up is, like, there's a lot of risks in starting a series like this. And I can't really take away from actors and everything. Like, the actors are good, you know. Matt Smith's a phenomenal actor. Eve Best is a great actress. Emma Darcy's a great actress. Rhys Ifans is a great actor. Phoebe Campbell's a great actress. Like, but I there's nothing interesting from anything I've seen in this. There's nothing interesting in anything I've seen in this. So if you're making these shows or you're making these movies like the Boys, you're telling a story and you've deviated from the source material, but you haven't deviated in a way that's like shitting on the source material, right? I mean, there's always people who've like, I've read the books and the TV show is not like the books. And I'm like, honestly, very few stories are perfect. Very few. Why the Last Man was a perfect story. If you've never read it, it's a graphic novel, 50 issues or 4 parts, like 4 different books. If you've never read it, it is a truly perfect graphic novel. The story it tells, for anyone who's unaware or never heard of it or might be interested, Why the Last Man was a story of a virus that killed fucking everyone with a Y chromosome. Except 2 known to the world people. The first, Yorick. Y. The second, his monkey. And that entire show, the entire series, followed a world that quickly had to change where there were no men anymore. And what happened? And this person, this man, became simultaneously the most important and the biggest threat to society at the same time. I'm talking about a series called, or a graphic novel called Why the Last Man, because it in my mind, it is a perfect story. The from the premise to delivering on the premise to exploring things to making characters relevant to killing characters, moves on. They tried to make a TV show out of it, and it's hard to translate one for one what a graphic novel is versus a TV show.
Okay.
Because mediums are, like Antivour said, mediums are different. But I don't care if you take something and you go like, we're going to make a little bit of a change, because books are one thing, but visuals are something different, and audio is something different. You know, like everything is different. So if you read the book, if you read a story and it doesn't pan out the way you like, or if you have your own mind and someone takes and adapts it, I like that. I like when things are adapted. I like when a new story comes. I just care about, like I've always said, the tenets. What makes a character a character? You cannot make Luke Cage grow up as a rich kid. You could tell a crazy story switching Luke Cage and Iron Fist, right? as their like ideas, but that's not, they won't ever, they can't be the same person
type of thing.
Yeah, you like those, that's an interesting tale, but that's not the way a character should ever be introduced, right? Peter Parker was, you know, is always going to be responsible in some way for the death of Uncle Ben. Bruce Wayne is always going to become a vigilante.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Bruce Wayne is always going to become a vigilante because his parents are killed because of something he did.
Yeah.
Right? Like, these things have to happen, or else a lot of the story around it don't, like, when the story is told so well at its core, even if it's retold and rehashed and retconned to get to a point where it's like, this is why and this makes sense.
Okay.
Why did Superman come to Earth? Because his parents wanted to save him because they could not save the planet. And they wanted to save their world. Joker doesn't have a backstory because you're not supposed to know what's real and what's fake. Well, there was actually a really good Joker series called Three Jokers. That was kind of like been hinted at for years as comics, and you know, he said Batman said a Metron chair. Sorry, DC. I'm sorry, everybody. I know I'm the only one who reads DC. There was a really good story of Three Jokers, and the implication was really simple. There is no Joker. There is no Joker. There is the moniker of the Joker, and historically many people have worn that moniker. And that is why it's crazy, because there's the Joker that's like the crime lord, and then there's the Joker that's the psychopath, and then there's the Joker that's I forgot the third Joker was. The comedian. Like, and they all wear the mantle of the Joker. It's the same, like, but that's it. Like, the Joker doesn't have a true and real backstory because the Joker's crazy. He's a crazy person. Gotham's take was a good take, but that always works because when you know where you have to go, and where you have to go is pure chaos, you get to pick any fucking road you want to get there. But at the same time, if you know somebody is like righteous, there are not many paths you can take to get to righteous.
Okay.
Right? Like, you can't, like, you can go through religion, you can go through discipline, you can go through shocking life experience, but that's, like, you can't, one day he woke up and decided, I'm gonna be a hero, or I'm gonna be, like, it's unsatisfying storytelling.
I'm just a hero for fun. Sorry, One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly. One Punch Man, right? Which is fine, because One Punch Man is a magic space wizard in a world of magic space wizards. Like, whatever, dude. I just don't. When you take something, so like I said, The Boys was a comic book, but so was Walking Dead, and the Walking Dead comics.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Walking Dead comics were really fun. They were, like, really interesting. But the person who wrote The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, if I remember correct, so
the same guy that wrote Invincible?
Yeah. Oh, it's the exact same guy. Yeah. If that's the name, then yes. Like, if the guy, I know he wrote this both. And again, he has these interesting takes. The Invincible comic series is wild. And there are things that, like, won't translate. They won't translate for a lot of reasons. It's because, guess what? Invincible, not a bestseller. Walking Dead, not a bestseller. They weren't bestsellers, man. Most people who, like, if you said, like, oh, I read the Walking Dead comics, they're like, where did you find those? Well, you know, like, it's not a, like, they're for a niche audience who is already ingrained. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Entrenched in that environment of, like, comic reading, graphic novels, these kind of stories. But when they adapted it for real life for TV, they'd made changes to Walking Dead because the viewership was now wider. It had a wider audience. I won't say a global audience because, and I hear that phrase a lot, especially when we talk about some content.
Okay.
Acolyte. And people don't get that, like, global audience is a made up word because America, the United States of America, is one of the most progressive countries in the world, and it's insane by how much overall. There are some things not, but like American audiences are more progressive more frequently than audiences in any other country at any time. You can't show anyone gay in, conservatively speaking, 100 countries.
Okay.
You think like, oh, like, but that's like Iran. No, like you can't show gay people in like Estonia. The Ukraine, Japan, China, Taiwan, like you can't. The stuff that we, I don't want to say accept because that sounds like it's something that's unacceptable. The stuff that has become second nature to Americans, even South America, a large part of the world still is acting 30 years, 40 years, 50 years behind our level of progression. There's parts of the world that are ahead of us. It's not England. That's for damn sure. But like Finland is pretty progressive. Greenland or Iceland is pretty progressive. Like there's places, but like how many Icelandic movies have you seen? You know what I mean? What's your favorite Icelandic TV show? What is in your hand? What was that? Show me that. Whatever that was. Show it to me again.
Oh, that was the ball that was in my way. I just threw it away. So my bad.
No, it was like, what the fuck? It was a giant frisbee.
It was a ball. Like so my kids around my desk, my kids just have a bunch of crap around here. Like for instance,
makes sense.
I'll show you one of them. This is a guitar.
Is that a banjo? That's a banjo. You shut up. Play something. Play something.
I can't play anything.
All right. No. Oh, I can't even hear it.
You can't even. Oh, now you can. Now you can.
All right. I got you. I'm gonna teach you something right now. Right. First string.
Would that be this one right here?
Yeah. Top string E.
Okay.
Yeah. Middle string.
Yeah.
And then count down and then back up from the middle string.
All right, there we go.
It's not tuned.
It's not tuned, you said?
Your guitar is very not tuned. No, I just told you how to play the opening riff of Nothing Else Matters. It's first string and then middle. So then it's 3 2 1 2 3 3 2 1 2 3 from the bottom.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, this is not gonna work. Listen.
Yeah, it's also viciously untuned because I could play the guitar.
My daughter's guitar. Okay, so my 7-year-old daughter is the guitar. Don't
worry, I can hear it from the what 250 miles apart we are. I heard the guitar. I was like, that's not right.
Well, that is one of the many things that is around my desk right now. There's more. There's more things.
I'll teach you how to play Wonderwall. Don't worry.
Okay, I appreciate that at whatever time that I kind of play the ukulele. Okay, Jay, listen.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I have no musical skills in terms of like instruments, whatever. I can kind of sing though. That I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty good at singing.
I just need Jay to play the ukulele, and I'll be like, wise men say only fools run. You know,
I can hit a pretty good note. So if you guys want to play, if you guys want to be the band, the music behind it, I would be the singer in the band. That's who I am.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the word is front man when all you do is sing.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I don't know what these terms are.
Yeah.
Your
My
dad
dad
taught
taught
music
music
before you.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive. Good stuff.
See, okay. So, because we're all over the place, right? Because
Yeah,
nothing
why
matters
not?
anymore.
This is a stream. This is what the stream is about.
My music teacher
Yeah.
in my high school was a massive record producer and produced like his thing was he produced celebrity albums. Like anytime a celebrity's like, I'm gonna release a song, like Jennifer Love Hewitt. He was the one who they went to because he had this massive studio, and he was a music teacher at at the high school I went to. Because
you mentioned Jennifer Love Hewitt. I saw a reel of her the other day. And I was like,
all right,
I'm still.
Yeah, I'm in.
Something about you still.
It's about two things, I think. Maybe two things.
Makes me watch this reel about 10 times, but that's a separate conversation for a different time. Don't tell my wife. Actually, maybe tell my wife.
Yeah, bring it in, whatever. So, and he was like, dude, you got to learn how to play guitar. And I'm like 16, 17-year-old me. I'm like, why? He's like, you're going to college, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, learn how to play the guitar. So he taught me how to play guitar. Like, he just taught me how to play. He was like, all right, listen, here, I'll do it for free. Like, just come to the studio. So I'd come to the studio. He'd be like, all right, I got to do a quick recording. 2 hours later, he'd come back in. He's like, you doing okay? I'm like, no, my fingers hurt. He's like, good. Good. That means you're building calluses. So I learned how to play the guitar. And then,
so building calluses is good. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
And then, like, I went to college. And a lot of stories from college, but I'm not going to go into there. I remember one day, I'm sitting on in my dorm, I'm sitting on the front entrance with an Ibanez acoustic guitar.
Okay. I have no idea what that means, but good to know.
Black cherry bass. Pretty, and like just a weird rose-colored neck. And I'm just playing Nickelback. Like, I'm not even kidding
song?
you.
Okay.
I'm just playing how you remind me. And like I hear someone like I'm like and I hear someone and I'm like, what? And someone had opened the window and was humming the song. And I was like, no, go ahead, sing. This is like 2:30 in the afternoon too. It wasn't like anything.
This is how the band was started.
Yeah, and no, this chick was just starting to sing Nickelback as I'm playing, and I was like, I'm gonna do this more often. So I would just start playing my guitar all the fucking time, and like it was the greatest tool in my belt. So any kids out there, any high schoolers, actually, fuck it. Any guy who's like, I want to have more sex. Married? Doesn't matter. You want to have more sex. You play the fucking guitar. I don't know why. Not the fucking drums. Nobody wants to fuck the drummer. Which is the instrument I want to learn. I've always wanted to learn how to play it. I just never had
me. All right. Well,
right?
I've always been interested in drums.
Yeah, I love drums. Drums are the coolest shit, man. But I'm like, nobody wants to fuck the drummer. Everyone wants to fuck a guitar player. Doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter.
Jay's comment is the best right now. My dad was in various bands my whole life. He used to play at Playboy clubs. All my babysitters were Playboy bunnies for the first 7 years of my life.
Amazing.
Jay, my friend, sounds like a good life, my buddy.
Jay, I have so many follow-up questions.
I do too, but I feel like I prefer to DM them.
And the only one I need to know is
drinking. Yeah.
Yo. Did you ever hit any of them up when you hit 18?
Yeah. Did you ever hit any of them up before you hit 18?
Yeah. You could just be like yes or no. I'm cool with it. Exactly. Like I don't need deets. I just want to know, man.
We don't need details. Just
shoot. We really should be putting chat on. Like we should have a little chat ticker somewhere.
Honestly, next stream we 100%.
No, I just dated strippers. No, the worst use of strippers. Why did no one tell you all you needed was cocaine or weed? And then you could just sleep with the stripper? You don't need to date a stripper.
You had the Playboy bunnies and then you reverted to strippers? What is that?
You don't date strippers.
Oh, boy.
You rent them.
Oh.
Also, kids, another trick. Now it's not so much because weed is legal in most of the country. But if you have cocaine on you at a strip club,
wow, was that
all you have to do is just say, "I have cocaine on me."
Wow,
it works. 100% success rate. Also, don't have cocaine on you. It's a federal offense.
Okay.
But if you say you have cocaine on you.
Interesting. So it's the bait and switch. Okay, I get what's going on now. Okay. All right.
And this only works for strippers, not go-go dancers. And the only reason I know that is because I called a go-go dancer a stripper and she fucking punched me in the face. And I was like, never making that mistake again.
Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
It was this is a pole dancing punch, man. It rocked me a little. I was like, oh shit. Like,
did you immediately apologize or did you just like,
no,
why did you hit me?
No, I stood there in shock from being punched by a stripper. I didn't even try to touch you. What the fuck's wrong with you? I just said like, oh, how do you like stripping? Boom. I'm a go-go dancer, not a stripper. Oh, okay. Cool. So you're making less money. Great. Like, fuck, who are you?
My follow-up.
Who's that distinction for?
Could you please explain the difference?
No! I don't want to hear more from this bitch. She led with fists. No, I'm done.
Boy. It's too good. All right.
So we got the boys, we're going to have a year off. We're not going to see the book because they're, they know what story they're going to tell. But we got Gen V coming next year. So anyone interested this is exactly what we're talking. This is the entire life.
You said that was the tangent. This entire stream is the tangent. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this entire stream is a stream of consciousness tangent that starts with us being like, yo, we got some stuff to talk about, and ends with us being like, yo, we're done talking.
Yeah.
Anything from the beginning to the end isn't shit, So that was the boys, right?
Right.
I'll say one thing about the Acolyte, which is I want 6 seasons.
But okay.
I want 6 seasons in a movie. I want all of it. I want every. I'm done with like. It is such a bad show.
I heard the finale was good though.
The finale was okay.
The entire show was trash, but then the finale was actually good.
That's what I heard. It was okay. No, truly, it was okay. The problems persist, but the good things are very shiny. Okay. So I'm not joking. I want 6 seasons of the movie. Like, I want everything that is continuing to cause Star Wars to lose Disney money to continue to lose Disney. Like, at this point, I'm full nuclear. I don't care if Star Wars lives or dies anymore, because all of the good Star Wars I already have. All of the Star Wars I like exists, and I'm good with it. If Mandalorian and Grogu sucks, great. If it costs $300 million and it doesn't break 200 million in the box office, fucking phenomenal. If the Rey Skywalker movie shits great. I just want my personal hope, like what I pray for every night, is that at the end of this story, at the end of this arc of Star Wars, there is no question that Kathleen Kennedy was the architect of its destruction. I don't want, like, people, oh, Dave Filoni, oh, George's vision. Fuck George's vision. Fuck Dave Filoni. Fuck everything. They're putting out product that is not liked by the people who, by the majority of the people who like it. And I'm not saying, like, 80%. I don't know. I don't think that's true. But, like, the majority of Star Wars's existing fan, like, dude, they canceled the fucking Star Wars, what's it called? Hotel. Their parks are losing money hand over fist, like Disney.
Okay.
The number one seller of lightsabers is not Disney. Like people buy lightsabers from Theory Sabers.
Okay.
TLC Acolyte was the prequels. Great fight, several fantastic characters, horrible pacing, and acting by everyone outside the 3 or 4 great new characters. Yep, 3 or 4 great new characters. Not even close. Not even close. The 3 or 4 great new characters. Soul was a phenomenal fucking character. Bye. What's his name? Chimere. Phenomenal fucking character. Vernestra Rowe. Phenomenal. I don't know why everyone's giving her. She's doing great job in the show. And I think like Jecki and Yord, I had no problems with. Like Yord is the actor, I think it was a piece of shit, but the character was fine. They're great. The main character has no business in acting. Just no. Okay. Period. She's very pretty. Terrible actress.
Okay.
That's it. Like just is a terrible actress. Like has one expression. Yeah. Period. Like period. End of discussion. I'm actually going to double down on this. Disney. Let me showrun Acolyte season 2. I will give you at 6 for a third of the budget you spent on this, allowing me to recast exactly one person. One fucking person. I promise you I will give you a Star Wars show that people will talk favorably about. That will also have all of the DEI things you want. I promise you. I will have a female main character. I will have all of this. And on top of it, it'll actually be a good fucking story. That's it. I promise, Disney. That's all I wanted to say on that topic. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to pay Cameo. I want to pay what's his name? Sam Witwer. Because he's on Cameo for like $350 or something. I want to give him $350. And the Cameo request is like, for the next 30 seconds, tell me what you thought of the Acolyte. And I just know he'll be like, I can't do that, man. I want to work for this company. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Sure.
He's very good and knowledgeable at Star Wars, but he also, like, he's very forgiving. Yeah, that's it. So now we'll just talk about the thing that matters, which is we are 5 days away from Deadpool and Wolverine. And there's a bunch of stuff going on. We have, this week is SDCC. And I guess we'll start with the most important one.
Yeah.
Which is the most recent trailer showing us Daphne Keane.
Yep. And so many other things.
Daphne Keane says Andrew Garfield inspired her to misdirect a press about her return as X-23.
Oh, okay.
We said this last week. I almost wish they didn't tell us.
I do wish that the first time that we seen her would have actually been in the movie, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's right. What I mean. Like,
yeah.
But again, so there's such a thing as too much hype.
Yep.
If this is what you're showing us, there has to be things that like we kind of know about the Hulk fight already.
Yep.
I'm so glad you told me she was 18. I said it's so fucking weird because it went from when she was in Logan, it was like, oh wow, she's a good child actor. They don't really make those. Like, there's not a lot of good. She's really, I believed her. I loved her. She was a great character.
Mm-hmm.
And then even as Jackie, I was like, she looks 5. Then I saw her on a premiere.
Yeah.
I saw her in a premiere wearing like a black dress, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Wasn't waiting for it. Still fucking too young for my fat ass, but don't get Starlight plastic surgery.
Wow. Okay.
This is the thing that we still don't know anything new though. Like, this is great, right? We still don't know what the fucking movie's about.
And I'm okay with that though.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that they're spoiling random shit. They're like, ooh, look guys, look at this. Like, what the fuck? Who are they fighting? And why? And for what purpose?
Like, well, I gotta use the facilities, but let's see what's going on with Cassandra Nova.
Did you see that one scene in the trailer?
Yeah, where
she's in the room that's
fight?
Unraveling the same way that it did in Loki.
Yeah. What the hell is that about? I'll come back to that. I'll be right back.
You go. I'm gonna look at. She really looks like Laura Kinney, dude. Oh, and here's the Blake Lively in a Deadpool costume. Like, this run of X-23 is X-23. No, it's Blake Lively. Confirmed. It's confirmed that Blake Lively is playing Lady Deadpool. Taylor Swift, if she is in the movie, is playing Dazzler. But yeah, look. Laura Kinney. Like, this is 2007. Fucking perfect. Perfect casting. Eyebrows, perfect. Nose, perfect. Hair, perfect. Well, hair's whatever. And they cast her when she was, what, fucking 11, 12 to be in Logan? Like, perfect casting. Oh yeah, this picture again. Great. So, the red carpet premiere of Deadpool will be streamed on Monday, July 22nd. Should we finally expect the real leaks that night? Any idea where it's going to be? In New York? Okay. Jeremy Renner is confirmed to return to the upcoming Avengers films. Based on his arc in the show, he's going to be more of a Fury role in this. Probably not. Robert Downey Jr. might return, portraying a version of Tony Stark who transforms into Doctor Doom. Fucking, I will stab myself in the dick with a soldering iron. I don't care if we ever see. I'll wait for Goopy to put it in. Subman. I don't care if we ever see him play Tony Stark again as a cameo or something. I'm done with RDJ, right? Like, we're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Like, we're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Like, I don't care if he comes back and he's like a mentor, a philanthropist.
Why?
I don't.
Can we move? Can we move on from him?
Like, Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna say some mean shit right now.
Oh boy.
Hugh Jackman is a very good actor. I'll tell you when the mean shit's about to start.
Okay.
And Hugh Jackman has a great range and is good at comedy, good at musicals, good at drama, and good at action. And I can think of 100 people over the last 2 decades that could have played Wolverine better than him. Hugh Jackman was not the best fucking Wolverine. He was not the best choice for Wolverine. He was the most Wolverine. That's what he was. He was Wolverine in 7 fucking movies. X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, Days of Future Past, X-Men Origins Wolverine, that's 5. X-Men Apocalypse, he showed up as fucking Wolverine for a second, or first, not First Class. He was in First Class. Yeah, he's not the best Wolverine. He was just who they cast as Wolverine. And that inherently made people go like, oh, he's Wolverine. It's the same people who are like Christian Bale as Batman. Like, Christian Bale's not Batman. Neither is Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was the best portrayal of Batman. Mm-hmm. Like, historically, yeah. Michael Keaton. But like it was kitschy and campy and kind of dog shit. Like, we haven't had a good Batman. The closest to a good Batman we've ever had was
like a Batman. If we're talking about just Batman,
no, all of it, the whole thing.
Okay, never mind.
The closest we ever had was Val Kilmer. He was the closest to a good was Batman was Bruce Wayne, and even then, that's not like Michael Keaton was fun as Batman, but he was the first. So a lot of people are like Michael Keaton's Batman. Heath Ledger was, I swear to God, Heath Ledger was the best Joker. It's not even close. Like, Heath Ledger was the best Joker. And it's because of how, like, Nicholson did a Joker, and it was a good Joker, but it wasn't the Joker.
It wasn't iconic, yeah.
And Heath Ledger overacted it. And it was still a really good Joker. Like, he was really good. And even then, like, the Adam West Joker, was it, I forgot his name. Someone in chat will remind me in a second. The guy who played Joker in the Adam West Batman from the 60s. He did a good job, too.
I remember that.
But, like, Heath Ledger nailed Joker. Right? Mm-hmm. Cesar Romero, thank you. He nailed Joker, but it was a more campy, a more silly Joker. He never had that menace to him. Mm-hmm. And Heath had a little bit too much menace. So, like, Heath, I think, was the best Joker, but that's also because all the other Jokers weren't good. Batman, like, Affleck was a fine Batman. Mm-hmm. And he was a fine Bruce Wayne. Like, it was what it was. There's a headcanon that, or there's, a rumor or a reality shift that Batman, the third and fourth Batman actually take place in Michael Keaton's universe as movies about Batman.
Huh. Okay.
Like they're not sequels to Batman and Batman Returns. They are movies in the Batman Returns universe about Batman, which is why they're so totally different. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to talk about like Kevin Conroy or any of the voice actors that have played Batman because it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah. Like yes, his voice acting portrayal of Batman was perfect, but it is different. Hugh Jackman was Wolverine in a bunch of really bad movies that just happened to be the things that needed to happen for us to get where we are right now.
And to be I fair, can see he was the best in some of those movies, so that's why it stands out.
But it's the same thing with Jennifer Lawrence and Mystique. Yay, Jennifer Lawrence is playing Mystique. Oh, you think that you need to make Mystique a main character to tell these stories, which is why they will fucking fail, because you don't understand the goddamn X-Men. He did play a live-action Batman in Arrow? Crisis on Infinite Earths? From the Arrowverse? Question mark? He wasn't that good. But also, dying of cancer, so like I'll give him one. Robert Downey Jr. was a phenomenal Iron Man. Yeah. Truly. Aces. Everything we needed from Iron Man. And now we need to see a different one. And now we need to see was Tony Stark a womanizer? 'Cause he fucked the chick from Vanity Fair. And then he had sex with nobody else. And then in Iron Man 3, we saw him sleep with a scientist.
It wasn't.
But he was a womanizer because they said he was a womanizer.
Yeah.
Was he an alcoholic? No. But they adapted that story for different reasons.
Yeah.
Was he a true piece of shit? Never. After the first, it was never a piece of shit.
Civil War. Well, then again, are we talking about
even MCU? Then? He was never a piece of shit.
Or comics.
Best in the comics, he's always a piece of shit. Yeah, comics, he's still to this day a piece of shit.
Yeah, okay, sir.
I liked Robert Downey Jr. I wouldn't take it away from him, but like I'm done. Like we're done. Somebody else, anybody else, any other version, any portrayal. We can't keep dredging up dead bodies to make instant bucks on nostalgia. Deadpool and Wolverine needs to be Logan. It also needs to be the last time Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine as a serious fucking role. Anytime I see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it has to be a cameo or something silly. Like in Avengers that show you know what I mean? Like he cannot be the next Wolverine in the X-Men. We're done with it. Like, if you can't have a different version of Wolverine, we're just going to have the same stories. So this is all in regards to this ridiculous thing. Robert Downey Jr. might return in a future Avengers film portraying a version of Tony Stark who transforms into Doctor Doom. And I said I'd rip my dick off with a soldering iron if that was true.
Okay. Well, just know what the stakes are.
Yeah. He'll be in Secret Wars for the Love of God because yeah, that's fine. No. I don't care about cameo shots. I don't care if that's great. right?
Yep.
The problem is they spent this entire time building these people up over a decade, and they forgot that, like, oh shit, 10 years is a long time. People age. Chris Hemsworth can't be Thor forever. And honestly, he wouldn't want to. Steve Rogers, I love all the portrayals. Let's more. And they didn't think of it. They didn't think, who's going to be Captain America after? Will it be Sam? No, who's going to be Steve Rogers after? Well, Steve Rogers is going to be gone. You can't. This is comic book fucking movies, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's no end to this. Keep pumping out actors. Have the role of Steve Rogers be somebody that's played over the next 50 fucking years by 8 different actors. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What are we rebooting to, if not to be able to recast people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner is confirmed upcoming for the Avengers films, whatever. Kevin Feige says they have writers working on Spider-Man 4 now, who are going to be delivering us a draft relatively soon. From my knowledge, a functional first draft of a movie script takes anywhere from 1 to 3 months, depending on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading Antivalor's comment. Fuck going original route. Have Spider-Man after Venom arc become Iron Spider. Yeah, that's fine. Cool with that. Be a major part of SW along with Toby. Personally, I expect 3 main teams. New MCU, old MCU, pre-MCU. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a wish list of characters and elements. I do not need to see Black Cat, Symbiote, Spider-Man fight against a street gang. I need to see Black Cat. I need to see Black Cat all the time. I need to see Black Cat exclusively.
Who's playing Black Cat?
Nobody. Who's put Sydney Sweeney?
All right, I just wanted you to say that. That's all.
But nobody saw that movie. She could be Black Cat. But her acting, oh yeah. When I think Felicia Hardy, I think titties. Titties. What lesson does Peter need to learn this film? So this is interesting. Do what Sam Raimi does and start by asking, what lesson does Peter need to learn this film? If you're not doing that for every character, you suck at writing stories.
That's fair.
That is how a hero's journey goes. They have to grow and change. What's up, Wisdom?
Yeah.
Fisk is mayor of New York City, making vigilante activity legal. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, $1 million. This guy wrote the script right here. We're done. We nailed it. First try. Peter needs to learn to be independent. Yeah. I don't even think Spider-Man 4 should start with the symbiote. I think Spider-Man 4 needs to end with him getting the symbiote costume and end the movie with him as the symbiote. And I think we need to, I think the last act of the movie is, no, we're not XMSF players. Still fucking play it. We were playing earlier. XMSF players. No, we're XMSF streamers. Right. That's for true. Quitting's all the rage these days? Well,
I mean,
sometimes.
Oh.
Look.
Why not?
Let him get the symbiote. Let him use the power of the symbiote. Let him overcome his independence using that symbiote, and have the next movie be, oh shit, this is a problem. Gotta get rid of it. Hey, guess what? Yeah. By the time Spider-Man 5 comes around, Reed fucking Richards will be here. He can help him get rid of the symbiote. They can figure everything out. Everything will be great. I'm so excited. Like,
That's fair.
don't like the 3 Spider-Man movies set each of themselves up perfectly, or like the next chapter of Spider-Man, whether it was The Blip, Far From Home, setting up No Way Home. Like everything set up everything in Spider-Man. Do another write another 3 stories. Like, what do you want to do with Spider-Man over the next 2 stories? But it's not what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a rushed movie of Spider-Man. It's gonna be fine because they're all fine, and the bad guy in this one will be
Mr.
the
Negative.
Trapster. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, just actually fuck it. Just give me Spider-Man 2. Just give me the video game Spider-Man 1. No, give me the video game Spider-Man 1. Can I get a serious MCU movie too, please? Love a good comedy or fan service line, but no more MCU comedy Thor stuff for every movie. Have you fucking seen the goddamn trailer for Brave New World? Cause it looks okay, man. It looks pretty fucking
There's a lot of promise in that trailer.
Real Winter Soldier vibes. I'm not saying it's gonna be as good as Winter Soldier. I'm just saying it's giving me the same. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care that Marvel likes to interstitch comedy in its movies. I care when they try to make a movie comedic before they make it. Thor is a fantasy drama with comedy elements. The last 2 Thors have been comedies with fantasy elements. Deadpool and Guardians? Yeah. All right. Goof, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. If we can jump back to Deadpool for a second here,
We can do whatever you want. Baby.
Today's trailer was perfect, in my opinion. I thought personally that a few things excited me. Number 1, yes, sure, seeing Daphne Keane was cool, and that was great. Number 2, the Deadpool core, or at least whoever the hell is behind Lady Deadpool, like that in that portal. There seemed like there were a lot of people, a lot of Deadpools that were just there waiting to come out, and that is exciting to me personally. Right, it's very exciting to me. The spaghettifying thing, though, while she was in the room, I don't fully understand that. I'm wondering if that's how she ended up in the void, is by her the place where she was at being pruned, and then she ends up going into the Ultimate Universe. I'm curious is if that's kind of what's happening. Her punching or putting her finger through Wolverine's head is interesting.
Think we might be setting up X-23 for Young Avengers. Bro, we know Young Avengers is coming.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Young Avengers is they have to fail. They have to, fuck up.
Yeah, and there's no Iron
the story
and anything like it's just a weird.
No, it doesn't matter, any kids. But they have to fuck up. They can't just work. That's the problem with the Young Avengers. You can't just have a bunch of 20-somethings. Right? Going around, look at who we have, right? We have Kate Bishop, Ms. Marvel, fuck it, we'll say X-23 just for the sake of the fucking conversation, right?
Yeah.
We have who else is young enough to be a young Avenger? We have Billy Kaplan technically from Agatha, but who fucking cares?
Yeah.
We have Scar. We have Riri Williams. Isaiah Bradley's kid.
Yep. Or
Um,
grandson.
yeah, yeah, sure. Speed, Stature, Wiccan. No, those are Stature. We don't wait. We technically have we don't have Hulkling. We haven't seen him yet. But we do have Wiccan. We do have Speed in the MCU. We do have Stature. So like we can have that, but they gotta fuck up. Like they gotta go against like a mid-tier villain and lose horribly, or like a Sokovia Accords all over again. You know what I mean? Because the Avengers were grown ass fucking adults that took things fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Like deadly seriously. And these are a bunch of
Scar.
kids that can't possibly know how to do that.
Yeah.
So we need it's almost like the Young Avengers can't be its own movie. It has to be a lead up to a movie or a part of a different movie.
Yeah.
Or it has to create a problem because there are no fucking heroes. Because that's where we live in a world right now where we're getting close to the point where there are more villains than heroes, right?
Yeah.
What villain are they supposed to fight? Ultron? Yeah, right? Like, they're just kids. That's the point. If we watch a Young Avengers movie and they're fighting fucking... I can't even think of a fucking generic enough villain for Young Avengers to fight.
They're too far ahead now for I don't know
to be there.
I mean, they can't fight Kang like how they did in the comics. I don't know how they would do it. Yeah, that right there was wild to me.
We don't have Enchantress. We don't have Loki. We don't have Kid Loki. Yeah. Oh, we do have Kid Loki. Yeah. They can fucking throw that idiot around. No, that kid's 40 now. From the time he was shown in that.
Potentially.
I don't have the
Zemo.
I don't have the confidence.
He's an old Avenger if he's even an Avenger.
No, I'm just saying there are more villains than heroes right now.
Yeah.
Like they're like first of all, every hero is fighting a villain on their own. And that's not including the fact that like the leader has been around, the intelligentsia is an organization, right?
Yep.
Like look at the Kingpin. The Kingpin is the kingpin of crime and ran a massive New York crime syndicate of like drugs, weapons, and fucking money laundering. In Daredevil, which is canon. Skrulls are everywhere. Yeah, like there's more bad guys than there are good guys now.
Right.
And we got to see that. This is the scene, by the way.
This is it.
Who said that fight a villain? Why not an actual children's movie where they fight street crime? Because that won't make any fucking money. Because that won't make them any money, dude.
It really won't.
Because you're looking at this like a fan, and I'm looking at this like a company that just fucking tossed a $750 million down the drain over the last 3 years. Like, not even just in TV shows. Like, just like Doctor Strange didn't break a bill, didn't make its money back. Guardians 3 did okay, right? Like, Shang-Chi didn't do very well. Ant-Man and fucking Wasp shit its pants. They can lose to the shapeshifter from She-Hulk. There was a shapeshifter in She-Hulk? Who the fuck was the shapeshifter in She-Hulk?
It was a shapeshifter in Shield.
Bro, I remember Titania because Jamila Jamil.
Uh-huh. I remember the woman that played the lawyer. Like, I was like, she's 50.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, she.
Who was the shape? No, who the fuck was the shapeshifter in She-Hulk? What episode did I miss? There was the frog guy? The Asgardian that was pretending to be the musician? Dude, whoosh. Fucking food. I have no idea what you're talking about. I remember Wong. Abomination, Madison with two N's and two Y's, but it's not where you think. I remember Jamila Jamil. I remember the frog guy.
The frog guy. Wow. Okay.
I remember the most dweeb I've ever seen. She-Hulk was a fever dream, man. She was pretending to be Megan Thee Stallion. I don't remember Megan Thee Stallion in that. Oh, the twerking thing. Yeah, right.
How could you forget the twerk, bro? You kidding me? That was like the talk of the town.
Yeah, fuck it. Young Avengers versus Annihilus. Let's go.
Oh, good God. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Young Avengers versus Annihilus. Let's fucking throw him in the deep end without a fucking tether. Just be like, here, he has the cosmic control rod and an army of interdimensional fucking locusts. Have fun, nerds. You gonna shoot him with your bow and arrow, Hawk Girl?
He might. Just might.
With my luck, they'll just kick the shit out of Doctor Doom and I'll cry for 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Whole 30 minutes? Okay. All right.
Straight. Just gonna pause on Blake Lively.
Look at that right there. All that in the background. All of that in
There's gonna be so many Deadpools. There are so many Deadpools. There's Headpool. See it? The background. You don't see the fucking Deadpools? The million Deadpools back here? As the Deadpool core shows up?
I like it. Looks good.
Veterans get Dino Pool. There's a cowboy Deadpool. Played by who someone said Matthew McConaughey. All right. Dude.
We are T-minus 6 days
All
away
you see
now.
is a blonde chick in tight leather. Hold on. How do I block this? Dude, just don't look at Blake Lively. Just do not look at Blake Lively.
I've already had my moment, but a lot of people are saying that might be Ryan Reynolds in drag.
Safe search on. For what it's worth,
yeah,
I'd also be fine with that. But I'm pretty confident it's Blake Lively.
I believe it is too.
You have to understand something that a lot of people don't know. Ryan Reynolds has 100% creative control over this movie.
It's insane.
Apparently, he and Tatiana Maslany had a fight about something.
Ryan
and Tatiana Maslany had a fight about something. So he went to the Marvel head, Kevin Feige, and said, we're cutting all of She-Hulk scenes from the movie.
Wow. Okay.
And it happened.
All right.
Do you know how much you have to fucking like. Right. Also, I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is a billionaire. I don't know if you know that, and he did not get there from acting. He got there from a media company he started about a decade ago. He's a full fucking billionaire. Like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, when they were discussing this movie, quick marketing, thank you, yeah. When they were discussing this movie, the agreement was, we'll work together, full collaboration, I have creative control. And that was why this movie took so long to get made.
Okay.
So this movie is going to be what Ryan Reynolds wanted Deadpool 2 to be.
Okay.
Without studio interference. So if this movie is phenomenal, Ryan Reynolds is going to basically have a hand on the fucking driving wheel for the rest of MCU time. Right?
That's fair. Yeah.
If this movie is good, so be it. And if this movie tanks, which is possible, a lot of people are getting fired. If Deadpool and Wolverine does not make them $1 billion, global, not domestic, they're going to problem.
Yeah.
Problem.
But,
And
I mean, the way things look, though, I don't think it's gonna do bad.
No, I don't think so. There's no way they're constantly releasing trailers. Which isn't a great thing if he becomes the Avengers version of Jennifer Lawrence X-Men. I don't think that's what would happen. What if a movie made by a fan for fans fails, knowing target audience is key? What movie made by a fan? Ryan Reynolds is smarter than we give him credit for. Apparently, he's also truly a piece of shit, and I kind of dig it. This scene, man. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. We're gonna see it. What is it? Wednesday night, first showing.
I know I'm seeing it on Thursday. That's when I'm seeing it.
So we have to make a decision tonight then. How we're gonna handle
spoiler
it.
Review or spoiler free or spoiler review?
I don't believe so the good news is not next week, but the week after.
You missed that opportunity to have cheap viewers. Damn it.
Yeah, we missed an opportunity to buy viewers for. It's so fucking funny, man. Remember when we were doing this on our channels and we were getting like 50 to 60 viewers anyway?
Yeah, it was a good time. But it wasn't. Never mind. It was a good time.
Yeah. We got to buy viewers. That's all it comes down to. Oh, wait. No, we don't.
At the end of the day, that's what we really need to do.
We got to decide. I think what we should do is, because there's not going to be much to talk about. There's no TV shows on anymore, right?
Yeah.
I think we'll spend the opening part just talking about our feelings, like men do. And like not key moments, no spoilers, just the story was great. Like giving a true analytical version of what we saw. Like, dude, positives, like guys, you have no idea what this movie's about. We currently have no idea, or like exactly what you think would happen. Like trying to keep it on the, like it's not disappointing. No spoilers, just. And then that last that last chunk, like I'll put a fucking like, boom, spoilers right across the fucking screen, right?
Okay, that's fair.
And it'll just be, as long as that's up, it'll be like Deadpool spoilers, skip until, come back next week or come back after you see it, right?
That's fair. We can deal with that.
And that'll be like the last 20 minutes where we'll talk about like not everything, just like key things. Like, dude, do you remember when James Marsden came out and was like, I don't know, what's a dumb
whatever
thing?
he said? Yeah, yeah.
Remember when Famke Janssen showed up?
He actually said words and stuff.
I don't know. So I have to watch it Thursday or Friday morning. So you have to watch it Thursday or Friday. No. Like I said, we won't give spoilers. You guys are really all we care about, right? Like, we won't give spoilers during the chat, but like when we're ready to talk about it, we'll just say like, watch this later, like watch this movie, watch this show after you see it, or watch this part of it later, if you want to watch it. And that's kind of the key, because it's not Endgame, but it is.
Again, I'll be right back. I gotta swap eyes.
That's fine, man. For those who don't know, Goofy got shot in the testicles. True story. I don't have anyone else to talk to though. Let me put it this way. I am seeing the movie on, I believe, Friday night. Friday at 6 p.m. in theaters. I am seeing the movie. I am seeing the movie Wednesday night. Not in theaters. But I've already bought my ticket. I got my bucket. I'm ready to go. Kevin Feige says not every character introduced in Phase 4 will appear in the upcoming Avengers films. There won't be room for 100,000 characters in it, so choices have to be made. There aren't 100,000 characters introduced in the last fucking 6 movies. 998 blocked my number. Nice. So choices have to be made, that's for sure, but it doesn't mean you won't ever see anybody ever again. Moon Knight is easily a street level hero. I'm worried he won't be in them all. Whatever, I don't care if Moon Knight and She-Hulk are in it. I'm okay if the Eternals sit this out. Funny. I'm waiting for Goofy to come back one day. Ugh. Kevin Feige discusses the future roster of the X-Men. I think, as we always try to do, we did when we made the arrangement with Sony for Spider-Man, you'll probably see a mix of characters you've seen before and characters you've never seen before. Can we actually have Gambit? Welcome back, Goofy.
Apparently, I knocked out my light, so that was interesting.
I'm proud of you.
But yeah, Ice Pack is good. We're good. Yes.
Nah,
Why
just a comment
said
on
no more babies?
X-Men.
Yeah, I finally complied.
I want a more prominent Iceman and Storm. I mean, Dupe. That's all I care about. Give me Dupe. Give me Dupe.
Dupe?
Dupe.
Okay, that's fair.
All I want is Dupe. Is there any other notes that's going on in Marvel Studios. Wait, I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click Marvel Studios rumors. I don't know why that guy's... Okay. So we have Kevin Feige discusses that Phase 4, there won't be room for the 100,000 characters that were introduced in Phase 4, but, you know, you'll see them again, those characters. So, like,
Yeah.
no Moon Knight. Avengers Infinity War is a 9, and Avengers Endgame is a 10. Deadpool and Wolverine is an 8 in terms of how impactful it will be on the future of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige.
That's what he said? Okay.
Yeah. He said to Gizmodo, if we win the lottery, I'm making a movie. The two of you are going to help me and not mess it up. Yeah. Why do you have to win the lottery, dude? You don't need it. Just write the fucking script when you're bored.
Yeah.
Write a story. We'll get it in front of Netflix. We'll have that movie made in an afternoon. While Marvel was searching for directors for Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars, CA was lobbying for Kevin Feige to hire Greg Berlanti from Arrowverse or Noah Hawley from Legion. Amongst other candidates, Kevin Feige was not interested. Whew. Whew. New look at Deadpool. That's not really a new look, but all right.
Yeah. So look.
The Russos finally get their wish to use Wolverine in an Avengers movie. Something they mentioned a lot. I did hear a rumor that the Russos were back in the studio talking to them. I think Disney was like,
a couple of days ago, right?
you guys proved that you don't suck. You guys took 4 years off, right? Russo brothers in talks to direct next 2 Avengers movies. Yeah, kinda. Deadpool and Wolverine, no. 5 questions with Marvel Studios Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige. A Hall H comic panel planned with Ryan Reynolds. Okay. Wonder Man is still being made? I was convinced they were done with that. Wonder Man was a dude who hated Tony Stark. I thought they were done making it. I thought they were like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Wonder Man is a villain from Tony Stark that then became a hero because Tony Stark was like, hey man, don't be a douche. And he's like, you're right.
He's a part of West Coast Avengers or something like that, right? Am I mistaken?
Giancarlo Esposito says no one has correctly guessed who he is playing in Captain America. No, he's playing GW Bridge. Rick Jones? Mine is in Vision, isn't he? I think so. Both take on Dazzler. Although, I did hear someone's like, yo, if he's Norman Osborn, I'm like, ah, fuck you. I don't have time for this. I'd love it, but I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Mark Waldron has left Avengers 5? Who the fuck is Mark Waldron? So, it does not have a director, a writer, or an official title.
Nice.
I don't know.
But he could just be leaving because the Russos are coming in, like that conversation is being had. Maybe they want to bring in their own. I don't know. Like that could be a reason why.
Waldron is still attached to Avengers Secret Wars, which is expected to hit theaters in 2027. We still don't know what Avengers 5 is. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, they have exactly 6 days to give us a title of Avengers fucking 5, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whole H panel better be like Deadpool's success and failure is very important to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of that, The Hall H panel is the most important MCU thing we're getting this year. Because Deadpool is going to be fun no matter what. And it might not give us information or whatever. But that Hall H panel's got to set up a lot more than just... Like, we need to know movie times. We need to know release orders. We need to know casting. We need to know what's going on with the X-Men. Like, we need a lot. So... New official for Ruth. Remember Ruth? You remember Ruth? You okay, man?
No, I'm not. I'm fading.
All right, man. Well, guess what? We are almost done.
Yeah.
New official description for Shira Haas is Ruth, former widow, now a high-ranking U.S. government angel who has the trust of President Ross. That's Ruth. And that's it. That's all we have. So, the good news is Goofy is fading, which means we're calling it here. But also, we have to. The bad news is we only have 5 more days until Christmas. And in this scenario, Christmas is Deadpool and Wolverine. So drink your milk, eat your vitamins.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Deadpool and Wolverine is the only Marvel movie we're getting this year. So prepare thyself, clench thine butt, cross your heart, and pray that it's worth the wait, because the storm that will come, because Disney's stock will be purchasable again if it isn't. Opening on next Monday, will be Disney stock will be back under $90. Anyway, I'm good if you're good. Y'all have a good night. Be safe.